feet, he needs a bit of help to get inside that egg. That rock, it's the perfect tool for the job. Gonna head back to your
Trying to crack open the egg.
Well, believe it or not, what we're witnessing here is not something that we ever had to train Waru to do. It's instinct. He hatched from his own egg with this knowledge already in his mind. Now, some of you have already guessed it, I can hear you, but this is not a real emu egg. He's in! We do make these out of plaster daily. We make sure there's a nice tasty reward on the inside. But we do tend to associate tool use like this with humans and other primates, so it's really exciting to see Waru achieve his goal. Perhaps we have more in common with birds than we previously thought.
Meow.
You ever get that feeling you're being watched? Well, owls are everywhere. And even though you might not always see them in your backyard, they are going to see you out in the country or right here in the city.
I got that on camera.
Everyone, this is Ripley, and she's a barking owl. She actually hunts during the daytime. In fact, half of the world's owls hunt during the daylight because it's all about what they like to eat. And barking owls like Ripley here, well, they eat other birds.
And using her powerful feet, Ripley can take down prey that is even larger than herself.
What the kid did?
The kid threw a hat at the butt.
There's always that one kid.
The one kid that gets attacked.
As I've previously
But as the sun goes down, a barking owl will look to hunt something a little different, like mice, rats, maybe even a possum, before returning to a safe branch to rest.
Well, day and night, beautiful owls, just like Ripley, are out hunting pests. And this can be things like introduced rats and mice, which cause a huge problem for our native wildlife, because they're often getting up the trees, into nests, and stealing eggs and even young chicks. So it's really great to have owls out there to restore that natural balance. In fact, we actually used to have a bit of a rat problem here at the Bird Show, and you're right, it was pretty bad, because they were everywhere. But I can honestly say though, since Ripley's moved in, those rats have now moved out, and the problem is now behind us. I'm glad you're excited, we're excited too, we haven't seen a rat in weeks. Now, did you know that a single owl can take down around 1,000 mice in a year? And it's estimated that a breeding pair who have chicks of their own, well, they could take down around 3,000 more. So with huge numbers like this, it's fairly safe to say that a family of owls is definitely one of the better neighbours you could hope for. Now, by the sounds of it, that rat problem might still be behind us.
I think we might have just got rid of it.
We might have just finished.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. I couldn't agree more with you about those rats. Well, here in Australia, we are home to over 800 different species of bird. And over 50 of those happen to be our parrots. Now that means, for most Australians, we're really lucky because all we have to do is take a step outside into our own backyards to experience the beauty of these birds, which is all around us.
Oh, damn.
And red.
I can't even see. It's gonna stand. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go away.
As we expand our towns and cities, we're making many changes to the landscape. And unfortunately, not all of our birds are able to adapt to these impacts.
Imagine not being able to fly.
Oh yeah, wow.
Many birds like you here live in the tree hollows, and this provides them with a safe home. And with that, it's a place where they can build a nest and thrive.
Hit me. I'm so scared. Just watch where he goes. Oh, now he's over here. He's using magic.
Oh, there it is.
There he is again.
Yeah.
Well, you might not have an old hollow tree in your backyard, but you can provide an artificial one in the form of a nest box, just like the green and white one you can see on our screen. And you can find the plans for how to source and install these on our website. Not just for cockatoos like Kiri, but for all sorts of native
Oh, it's a black
species,
cockatoo.
from possums to bats. You know, helping wildlife, it really does begin in your backyard because that's your wild community. Now, thankfully, there are some birds out there that happen to be thriving, but unfortunately, not all of them are. So, my friend Jasper and I were wondering if anyone would like to meet her today. I need a volunteer from the audience. My friend in the white Popeye shirt. Perfect. You were pretty quick. If I can get you to stay where you are, perfect. All I need from you is to put your arm out to the side, nice and steady like a tree branch. Jasper's going to head on up. Say good day. And head on back to me. Well, you can see why galahs are thriving. They're incredibly clever and incredibly charismatic. So thank you, Jasper. And thank you to our wonderful volunteer. A big round of applause. Well, you helped us to demonstrate that for all of us, the power to help wildlife lies in our hands. Now, going home and building a nest box is a really worthy cause, but there's something that you can also do while you're here at the zoo today. It was around 12 years ago that we installed this donation box, and in that time, with your support, this one box has raised close to $500,000. And that's gone towards conservation projects all around the world. But for some time now, we've been paying particular attention to this beautiful bird on the front, the Regent Honeyeater. It used to flock in the tens of thousands. But sadly, today it's estimated that there are anywhere between 300 to 500 of these birds left in the wild. Now, the good news in that story is that a quarter of that population was bred right here at Taronga and released back into the wild, and every year we're breeding and releasing more birds. We're also out there planting thousands of native tree species so that there is a wild fauna to return to. So if you'd like to help us in restoring the balance, head on down at the end of the show, pop a coin or a note in the box. And for anybody who chooses to donate $5 or more, we'd love to give you a limited edition pin as our way of saying thank you. We do ask if you come down
I
just to
got
make
$5.
note of the white dots we've got on the ground and up the stairs, and that way we can all socially distance. And if you'd like to see the Regent Honeyeater while you're here at the zoo, head on over to the Blue Mountains Bushwalk Aviary. There you'll find a number of the individuals who are helping to bring back this species from the brink of extinction.
Absolutely, and you know, it really is with your support that we can see a bright future where our skies and your backyards, they could be filled with birds. And it all starts by simply looking up.
My brother. $5 out.
Free flight bird.
Yep.
I want that pin.
And we'll see you
Yeah, I'm getting that pin as well. That's my pin. It's gonna be mine.
Limited edition.
Here, $5. Come on.